I'm Frank Kanshi. Welcome back to Thai PBS World, the Ambassador series. Today, of course, I have the honor to have the Ambassador of the Republic of Kenya to Thailand, Mr. Kiptiness Lindsay Kimwole. Thank you for joining us. Fantastic to have you on the show. I think in your tenure here in Thailand, 3 years already, what have you achieved in terms of Thailand and Kenya relations, in terms of diplomatic way, of course, and trade? This is very important.
Thank you very much, Frank.
Yes, thank you.
And I welcome you to the Kenya Embassy.
Thank you.
With your team. I'm happy to engage you in a conversation about relations between Kenya and Thailand, and what I've been able to do, or what my team has been able to achieve in the last 3 years.
Yes.
So you're welcome, and I'm happy to be with you here.
Yeah.
Let me start by saying that my tenure began in 2021 with COVID-19. My arrival from Kenya to Thailand was not very smooth because we came in the midst of COVID-19. I stayed in isolation for 15 good days together with my family.
All right.
And for the next 7 months, really, because of COVID-19, I worked from home. I was forced to create a home office to be able to discharge my duties.
Yeah.
So for much of 2021, really, I wouldn't say that we did much in terms of promoting relations between Thailand and Kenya. But let me say that soon after COVID was over, I had the opportunity to engage with government officials after presenting my credentials to His Majesty the King. Then, of course, I had the chance to engage various government officials in different parts of the country, or rather in different ministries. I also had the opportunity to engage the private sector to tell them about Kenya. Let me begin by saying that relations between Kenya and Thailand are very cordial. Thailand established an embassy 57 years ago in Nairobi, and we came in 2006. But before that, we have had trade delegations between the two countries. Trade relations between Kenya and Thailand is in favor of Thailand. We buy a lot of Thai rice, we buy computer parts, we buy auto spares. The double cabs, the vehicle double cabs, Ford and Toyota and Mazda are very popular in Kenya. Thailand exports about 200 units every month to Kenya. We also buy medical devices from Thailand. That now makes Thailand, to export more. The volume of goods from Thailand to Kenya is more than what Kenya exports to Thailand. We actually export very little. In 2021, the trade deficit was, the total volume was $250 million. Out of that, Kenya exported only 21 million to Thailand, and the balance was from Thailand to Kenya. So you can see it is in favor of Thailand. So what I've been trying to do to bridge the gap in terms of trade and investment, I have had meetings with the Ministry of Agriculture. I have presented an MoU on sanitary and phytosanitary agreement, which we want to sign with Thailand, to open the market for fresh products from Kenya to come to the Thai market, especially avocado. So I've had 3 meetings with the Ministry of Agriculture officials, and there is progress in that area. We have now linked the technical officials of the Ministry of Agriculture of Thailand and the Kenya Plant Health Services, or KEFIS, the Kenyan standards body responsible for, managing quality fresh products being exported to Kenya to other countries, and also products coming from other countries to Kenya. So we are very hopeful that soon we will sign an MoU on to open the market for fresh products from Kenya to Thailand, especially avocado. We have also presented 11 other memorandums of understanding to different ministries of Thailand, in the hope that when we have these frameworks, we can be able to export more products to Thailand, and Thailand can be able to take more of their products to Kenya. So that is an area that we are hoping to sign those agreements in our next Joint Commission for Bilateral Cooperation. We intend to have the Joint Commission for Bilateral Cooperation sometime in September or October in Bangkok, Thailand, during which the two ministers of foreign affairs will append their signatures to those various agreements. This will open the way now for the two countries to be able to trade even more. I have also engaged the Ministry of Commerce, the Department for International Trade Negotiations.
Yep.
And we are going to establish what is known as Joint Trade Committee between the Ministry of Commerce of Thailand and the Ministry of Trade in Kenya, to be able now to do the nitty-gritties of the various trade and investment agreements that we plan to sign with Thailand. I have engaged the private sector. I have met over 10 investors in different areas. For example, in what is known as urban mining, we have a very vibrant company in Thailand that has been able to convert waste into gold. And they have about 200 branches around the world. I have engaged them, I have visited them, and we intend to organize a trade delegation to Kenya to include this investor. We have other investors who produce organic fertilizer, who convert hyacinth to organic fertilizer and livestock products. We also intend to include this investor in the list of those who will make the trade delegation to Kenya, which we hope to organize with the Chamber of Commerce. And we have also engaged another investor to go and produce gas cylinders in Kenya. In Kenya, we have what is known as the export processing zones and special economic zones, in which foreign investors can come and establish their companies within the EPZ and also within the special economic zones. They will enjoy certain privileges, and they will be required to invest for the local market and also for the region. For your information, we have the East African community, a community comprising of 8 countries now, and we have what is known as the CET, or Common External Tariff. So I am inviting investors from Thailand to come and invest in Kenya for the East African community, and not just the ESC under the Common External Tariff. Once you produce in Kenya, you can sell to the rest of East Africa duty-free. We also have what is known as COMESA. COMESA is common market for Eastern and Southern Africa. Again, this is a free trade area. You come and invest in Kenya. Thai investors come in to invest in Kenya. They can be able to sell their products duty-free, zero tariff within COMESA. The last point about promoting trade and investment between Kenya and Thailand is the establishment of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, or what is known as CFTA. The CFTA comprises all the 55 African countries, which has a consumer market of 1.2 billion people and a growing middle class. Invest in Kenya, you have a market of 1.2 billion people within the African continent. So I wish to invite Thai investors in value addition for agriculture, blue economy of fisheries, management of solid waste, investment in the management of solid waste, investment in value addition to gemstones. I have had an opportunity to visit some of the gemstone factories here, and we have engaged them, and they are keen to set up value addition plants back at home in Kenya. I have also engaged the GIT, or the Gem Institute of Thailand, and we are engaging them to sign an MoU to provide capacity training for gem dealers back at home in Kenya. In a nutshell, those are some of the things that I can say I've been able to achieve in my last 3 years. Let me make one last point,
Yes,
which is
please.
very important.
Yep.
We have a serious problem of trafficking in persons or human trafficking
Yep.
in the Mekong Delta, or what I may call the Golden Triangle. And we have hundreds of Kenyans who have been trafficked to compounds that have been set up in Myanmar, scamming compounds. We have hundreds of other Africans who mostly speak English. They have been trafficked to these compounds in Myanmar and the Golden Triangle in Lao PDR.
Yeah.
Now, Thailand has been a wonderful partner of the embassy and Kenya in helping Kenyans who have been trafficked to Myanmar to be rescued. Thailand has supported the embassy to a huge extent. I have had an opportunity to meet with different authorities in Thailand asking for help, and indeed they have been able to help us to rescue over 100 Kenyans who had been trafficked to Myanmar to be returned or repatriated back home to Kenya.
Yeah.
There are so many other Africans that we have also assisted courtesy of the government of Thailand. So at this juncture, I want to say that one of the biggest achievements that I've had in partnership with authorities in Thailand is the rescue of Kenyans. Some of them had even been kidnapped by rebel groups in Myanmar.
Yeah.
They have been rescued with the support of authorities of the government of Thailand, to which I am very grateful to.
So you showcase actually the cooperation, how important the cooperation between Kenya and Thailand, no matter it's on human assistance, trade, international relations, and of course you talk about your expectation in the future about the trade too, because 1.2 billion people market there in Africa, of course it's very important for Thai company too to invest in the continent, in Kenya, in other countries in the continent too.
Yes.
Of course, you talk about food, and one part of food is important is rice, because of course Thailand is one of the largest rice exporters to Kenya, to Africa, to the continent. So could you please tell me why Thai rice is so popular in Africa?
Okay. Just before going to the issue of Thai rice, standards and quality of Thai rice, I want to say that this month of May we're also celebrating Africa Day.
Yes, I was there too. Thank you.
And so part of my duty as I'm actually the Dean of African Ambassadors, being the oldest African ambassador in Thailand.
Yes.
So I am the Dean of African Ambassadors. 2 days ago we had a wonderful diplomatic event in one of the local hotels in which I made a very long speech on Africa-Thai relations.
Yes.
And I encouraged Thailand to initiate or to reevaluate its Thailand-Africa initiative, and we want to see more of Thailand in Africa.
Yeah.
We want to see more of Thai business and investments in Africa. I'm happy to note that the Prime Minister's priority is economic diplomacy.
Yes.
And he has pronounced himself on this. And Africa offers great opportunity to Thai business community, to Thai investors, including the business community or the farmers who are growing rice. Africa is a big market for you. And so we invite you to come and see what Africa offers. You need to understand the geography of Africa.
Yeah.
You need to understand the opportunities across the board: agriculture, minerals, fisheries, or blue economy, if you like. And so that is what Africa has to offer for you. And so as we celebrate the Africa Day this month, we would like to emphasize that Africa is ready to do more business with Thailand than we have done before. We have various partnerships between Africa and other countries.
Yeah.
We have what is known as FOCAC, or Forum for Africa-China Relations. We have Africa-US partnership, Africa-EU partnership, Russia-Africa partnership, Korea-Africa summit, India-Africa summit. Why don't we have Thailand-Africa partnership?
Yeah.
So that we can be able to work together and promote people-to-people exchange, cultural exchange. We can be able to fight the climate crisis together, which is affecting Africa. Africa has now had episodes of flood, drought, and we are keen to work together to exchange information, knowledge between Kenya or between Africa and Thailand. So coming to your rice, yes, we buy a lot of Thai rice, especially jasmine rice, which has got a very nice aroma, very sweet aroma. Although we are not the biggest buyer, but we do buy a lot of it. South Africa is one of the biggest buyers also from Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, Angola, Ethiopia, many other African countries buy Thai rice. Why? Because it is popular and it is of high quality, produced with the highest standards. When you compare Thai rice with rice from other countries, Thai rice is of high quality and very sweet. Both the white rice and also the brown rice. In my house, I eat the brown rice every day.
Oh, right.
In fact, the value of the brown rice, or the quality or the nutritional value of the brown rice, personally for me, is very good. And it is a type of rice that I also wish Thai business community can introduce in Kenya. We don't have a lot of brown rice. So this is something that, this is what I may call blue ocean. It's an opportunity to introduce the brown rice to Kenya. But of course, for the time being, we consume a lot of jasmine rice. So your rice is very popular. And you need to keep up to those standards to avoid losing the market to other countries like India, Pakistan, and so forth.
Yeah, but I think in your saying that, one part, really important part, is quality. So quality of the rice in Thailand is very popular, of course, in Africa. So I just want to understand, of course, right now the government is aiming to auction the 10-year-old rice in Thailand, of course. So, but of course, with possibility selling to Africa. So I just want to understand, of course, you're the Dean of African Ambassadors here. So just want to understand, what's your reaction? What's African envoys' reaction when they heard this policy? And what are African people's, what's their reaction on the ground too?
Yes. Having said that your rice is of high quality and popular, it is important that Thailand, the authorities responsible for managing the rice, right from production in the farm to the packaging for export, it's important that the quality is maintained all through to avoid losing your leadership. Thailand is a leader in rice production. So to avoid that, then quality and high standards must be maintained. Now, when the issue of the 10-year-old rice came up in the newspapers, I saw it in the paper, I was kind of shocked to learn that there is some old rice in Thailand and somebody is planning to sell them to Africa. My concern is the mention of Africa. Well, so when I read that story that is being sold to Africa, number one, I'm an African. I'm also the ambassador of Kenya to Thailand, and also the Dean of African Ambassadors. So when the mention of Africa came that there is a lot of shortage of rice in Africa, about 150,000 tons, and so this rice is going to be sold to Africa, we became concerned because we don't know the quality of that rice, which has been in the store for 10 years. We don't know the health status of that rice. We have not seen it ourselves. So we started having some fear that somebody wants to sell bad rice to us because we don't know the quality. And the references of Africa to us is not good. Why not to other parts of the world? The world is made up of 5 or 6 continents. Why the mention of Africa? And because this rice, we don't know the status, we have a duty to protect the health of our people. So mentioning that there is some old rice which has been in a store somewhere has raised concern even with our authorities back at home, even with the African people. Why is somebody thinking of selling old rice to us? It's not bad to consume old rice if it has been kept well. I'm not an expert on rice. I'm not an agriculturalist. But what I know from my basic knowledge is if you keep cereals for a long time, they lose the texture, they lose the taste, and even color. But sometimes if it's kept properly, if it's packaged properly, and it does not take in maybe moisture or air, it can still be consumed. Although the texture and the taste will not be there, but it can still be consumed. So all rice is not bad, all the maize is not bad, or cereals or corn for that matter, but there is a danger that it can have aflatoxins. There is a danger. Even the maize in Kenya, we have had situations where maize which has been kept in the stores for a long time has taken in aflatoxins, which are very harmful to health. Aflatoxins are cancer-causing agents, and it affects cereals across the board. But if you have protected your cereals, then you have no fear. So our concern is the mention of Africa, that Africa will be sold all rice. This is what we are seeking a clarification from the authorities. We have requested the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for an audience. We have requested the Ministry of Commerce for an audience. We also intend to engage the business community involved in rice, so that we are certain that this rice will not be harmful to the health of African citizens if it is sold to Africa. So we need a clarification. We need to be assured. If possible, we should even be allowed to go and visit the store where these rice are, so that we can also see for ourselves.
So actually the public warehouse organization in Thailand already welcomed the bidders to go to see, in a way that of course they can go to observe what the quality is of the old rice. But I just want to understand, have you raised these concerns to MFA of Thailand already? Do they organize a meeting with African ambassador to clarify this statement, this rice issue?
As I just told you, we have actually sought clarification. We have actually informed Foreign Affairs that we are concerned about this reference to Africa.
Their side, do they call a meeting with you guys, say that, okay?
No, we are waiting for them to...
We are waiting.
We are waiting for them to... We have also requested the other authorities, so we are waiting for them to give us probably an audience or a clarification. And it's not just rice. We have also requested for audience with the relevant authorities on matters to do with human trafficking, which is affecting many Africans, not only Kenyans, many Africans from across the board. There are hundreds of them in that place. So we have also requested for audience with the relevant authorities to see how we can work together to deal with this challenge of human trafficking. No country alone can deal with it. We need a concerted effort between all those affected. We are aware that Thailand is not a destination for human trafficking, but Thailand is a transit country. Most of those who come transit through Thailand. But I'm happy to note that the government of Thailand has been very keen. They have been helping us, and they are keen to work with us to ensure that we address this problem as partners, because it is affecting Thai people, Kenyans, Ethiopians, South Africans. It's affecting everyone. Cambodians, Vietnamese. Hundreds of Thais have also been trafficked to Myanmar. Yes.
It's not just, not just English-speaking people too, Mandarin-speaking people too.
Yes, exactly. So it's something that we have engaged, we have discussed, and I am happy to know that the new Minister of Foreign Affairs is concerned about this issue, and he has mentioned it. If you remember in our diplomatic event, it was actually part of his speech that the government of Thailand is keen and ready to help, to work together with the African embassies to address this matter.
Let me push you a little bit more on the rice policy. I just want to understand, because of course the Department of Medical Sciences already say that the rice is okay with quality, is still consumable. So do you think, and do you trust this saying from the department? Do you think this is already assured for African countries to accept the 10-year-old rice to get in? Or what do you want to see from the government to, coping with this old rice? in the future?
It's true that I've read the reports, like you have said, from different institutions.
Yeah.
I don't know whether there has been any independent institution that has gone to do it independently without influence from any quarter.
Yeah.
I read in one of the papers that a media house or some journalists also got some experts, some chemists, and took the rice and they have gone to test, and they said it's okay. I can't speak really as an expert because I am not one on that.
Yeah.
What we just need is a clarification as to why reference to Africa. I'm sure that rice will not just be sold. I mean, I think that rice will be sold to a willing buyer.
Yeah.
A willing buyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywhere in the world. As long as it maintains, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's not harmful. I'm sure whoever will buy it, as the auctioneer who will buy it, I'm sure he will look for a market everywhere,
Yeah.
including Africa.
Yeah.
But the reference to Africa is our concern. Why Africa? I want to pose that question back to you, or even to the people of Thailand.
Yeah.
Will that rice be consumed at home in Thailand?
Yeah.
Will it be consumed in Thailand?
That's the point, though. I think it's very important.
If it is good, then it must be consumed by everyone, even people in Thailand. Even the local people must consume it. Yeah.
And actually, you point out too, it links to the reputation of Thai rice too. There are so many exporters, so many countries export rice, not just to Africa, of course, to all around the world.
Yes, Middle East, Europe,
Yeah, and of course, African people, African ambassadors see this message from Thai government side, say that, okay, right now we're gonna sell the 10-year-old rice to Africa. It raises concerns, the reputations, the quality, and of course, next year, of course, I got that data that next year Africa will consume, African people, of course, Africa will consume 40 million tons of rice. And different exporters right now, they want to get a good portion of $35 billion rice import bill. So it might affect some parts of Thai rice too. So very important that.
I agree with you. As we said earlier on, you must maintain your reputation as. You must maintain the reputation of Thai rice that is of high quality. Aroma is excellent, beautiful. You know, when you see the rice, when it's cooked, it just looks, appetizing.
Yeah.
But when you talk about old rice, especially 10 years old, people can get concerned and say that Thailand is probably selling old rice to us. So it can actually affect the volumes of the beautiful Thai rice. It can affect.
Yeah.
It's possible. Everyone wants to buy quality, isn't it? Everyone wants to buy the best.
Yes.
I don't want to buy an old car because it will reach somewhere and break down. So, in my own personal opinion, there is need to be clear on the issue of the old rice to avoid it affecting future sales of Thai rice to the rest of the world, to Africa, to the rest of the world. Because, the stories can go out there and say, hey, Thailand wants to sell old rice to us, so no, it can affect the health of our people, so we're not going to buy Thai rice.
Yeah.
People can say that.
Yeah.
Countries can say, we are banning rice from Thailand because we don't know which one is old, which one is new.
Yeah.
So it's not a very good idea. You need to find a way to put out this fire.
Yeah. I think the government has to react really fast about this issue because in the society, in Africa continent, newspaper is talking about it, government is talking about it. So
Yes.
how the government, Thai government, should cope with this really rapidly. But of
Yes.
course, before this, in the very first part of this interview, we talk
Yes.
about the cooperation between Thailand and Kenya in different sectors, various sectors here. So just want to understand, what do you want to say to Thai people, to Thailand, from your side, as a Kenya ambassador here?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to thank the people of Thailand for welcoming me and family to Thailand.
Yeah.
I want to thank the citizens of Thailand, especially those I've interacted with government officials, private sector, and even women in the villages. I have visited several villages, Udontani, Pattaya. I have gone to Chiang Rai. I have gone to the mountains of Chiang Rai and met local citizens there, drank even their tea and their herbal tea. I have visited some farms. I have also visited some women groups making beautiful Thai silk, some of which we have bought. And they are so friendly, so kind, so smiling. So now we know why Thailand is called Amazing Thailand.
Yeah.
The smiles of the people of Thailand just warms your heart
Yes.
and makes you feel to be part of them. We have gone to southern Thailand, to Phuket. We have gone to the islands, even to do some conservation of turtles in Krabi. So I want to say that the people of Thailand are beautiful people.
Yeah.
And my stay has been enriching. I hope I can stay longer and continue interacting with the people of Thailand. The only thing that I want to say that, or rather to say to the people of Thailand is, of course, we love you guys, and we would like you also to visit Kenya.
Yeah.
Kenya is also a beautiful country with safari. It's the only country in the world where you can have breakfast with a giraffe or with the wild animals. You can easily find a lion walking in the street. You can walk with a lion. It will not harm you.
Okay.
Nairobi, our capital, is the only capital in the world with a national park within the city. You can attend a conference in Nairobi, and in the morning you can go to the park to see the wild animals and come back. Some of the giraffes that are found at the Giraffe World here came from Kenya. So I would like to encourage Thai people to visit Kenya on safari. You can enjoy safari in the wild. You can enjoy our blue sandy beaches in Mombasa. You can do bird watching. You can do hot air balloon. You can climb Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Kenya. Kilimanjaro and Mount Kenya and the Atlas Mountains in Morocco are the only mountains in Africa with snow at the top. So if you love mountaineering or mountain climbing, you can do it in Africa. If you love shopping, Paris is in Nairobi. London is in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Tokyo is in Nairobi. So if you love shopping, you can do it after your safari. Nairobi also enjoys a cool climate.
Yeah.
So if you love to enjoy a cold season, Nairobi is there. Kenya and Tanzania are the only countries in the world that host the wild beast. So we have the world famous wild beast migration.
Yeah.
When they move from Kenya to Tanzania, you can see from the moon. And when they move from Tanzania to Kenya, you can also see from the moon. It is one of the 8 wonders of the natural world. And if you have not visited the Masai Mara in Kenya to witness a wild beast migration, then you have not done any traveling in the world. That is the only place that you will find about 1 million wild beasts moving all at the same time, following the moon. So I invite Thai citizens, next time you're planning your safari, please get in touch with the embassy. And my friend here now, today we are making him a cultural tourist ambassador of Kenya.
Yeah, please.
So you're welcome to Kenya as well.
Thank you.
And now, lastly, sorry.
Yeah, please.
Kenya is a visa-free country.
Okay.
For all citizens of the world. Since January this year, our president declared that Kenya is a visa-free country. Anyone from the east, from the west, from the south to the north can visit Kenya free of charge. So you have no worry about visas. While we worry about visas coming to Thailand or other places, Kenya is a visa-free country for the whole world. So you're welcome. After all, Kenya is the cradle, or Africa is the cradle of mankind. The oldest civilization was found in Kenya and South Africa and Ethiopia. So when you're coming home, when you're coming to Kenya on safari, you are actually coming home. And that's the reason why we decided to remove visas for all citizens of the world, because we want them to come home.
Yeah, very good wording here. Actually, I already imagine when I maybe sitting in the national park, having the breakfast with giraffe or walking on the street with a lion. Wow, we have to go there. Okay, thank you so much for your time, Ambassador Kiptiness Lindsay Kimwole.
Kimwole.
Thank you so much.
You pronounced the name very well.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, and for the time with you, and welcome again to the embassy on your way to Kenya.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Good.